Hey!
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Hub World. What a week it's been, Gino.
Oh, wow.
Specifically, what a last few days it's been. It's been a whirlwind of Nintendo news.
Yeah.
In this video, we're going to talk about the three biggest stories. There was one more story I could have included, but the person that published the article about it is not the most credible person. It's the one regarding the reduction of Switches that are being manufactured right now. But for this video, we're going to talk about Nintendo's new pricing strategy, the character that is being revealed for the Mario Galaxy movie, and the slew of games that Natethehate has leaked. And I guess we'll go in them in that order. We're going to talk about first the Nintendo's new surprising, actually, pricing strategy shift.
Yeah. I will say before we get started on this, it's been like, what, two days in a row now where I'm just having my morning coffee, and Mateo will just be like, Gino, there's news! Holy shit!
Yeah,
and yeah, it's
just weird timing. So just for the sake of this video, if you don't want to hear one of the stories, I'll have chapters at the bottom where you can just click on and be like, okay, I want to hear this. So, but
we will be talking about spoilers.
But we're going to be talking about the news that in chronological order. So the stuff that came out 2 days ago.
Yeah. So if you like if you like everything that you're seeing from us here at the Hub World, make sure to give us a like and a subscribe. Let us know what we're doing right. Let us know what we're doing wrong. We look at all of the comments and we'll respond.
So now we'll talk about Nintendo's new pricing strategy.
Oh gosh, just teasing them a little bit.
So I'm going to read the full quotes that were provided by Nintendo, and the reason why I'm just holding my face is because this was just a nightmare of a day. Getting the information on this day was so difficult because all the facts and whatever were just being drowned out by the amount of people panicking and complaining and
a lot of fake news.
Well, it's not that. Nintendo was also pretty vague, and we'll get to that with this statement. So I have my Surface tablet here where I'll be reading this off of. I have my notes here. So Nintendo's statement is as follows. Beginning in May 2026, and starting with pre-orders for Yoshi and the Mysterious Book, new Nintendo published digital titles exclusive to the Nintendo Switch 2 will have an MSRP that is different from physical versions. Nintendo games offer the same experiences whether in packaged or digital format, and this change simply reflects the different costs associated with producing and distributing each format and offers players more choice in how they can buy and play Nintendo games. As always, retail partners set their own prices for physical and digital games, and pricing for each title may vary. So that was the initial statement Nintendo put out. It lit the internet on fire.
You know what I hear when I hear that back, and maybe was that like a tweet?
No. Or they just put it out. That was just a press release.
Okay.
So yeah, it was on X and all their social media and whatever.
Yeah. So what I hear when I hear that is Nintendo's going to set their own price of games digitally. It's up to the retailers to then adjust their pricing.
Yes.
Accordingly. So if the retailers are threatened by whatever Nintendo's digital price is, they can increase the price of the games. If the digital price is way higher for whatever reason, they can increase the prices. If the digital price is lower, it's now going to get into
their margins.
It's going to cut into their margins, and it's going to be this is good for the consumer.
And this is something that has been in place since the beginning of the Switch 2 generation in the UK and in Europe, in the EU, and it's had little to no impact on the shift of, or the balance of digital versus physical media. Physical media is still higher. It's consumed more for Nintendo games, but as always, people. I'm gonna put a little bit of blame on Nintendo here because the statement still was vague.
Yeah.
I personally had a tough time making sense of it. I could see it being both ways, where the price of their physical games was going to go up, but also the price of the digital games could go down. Remember, we are in Canada, and Canadian dollar being what it is, we pay a lot more.
Yeah, Pocopia for us was, I think, like what, 100.
It was $100 Canadian for Pocopia.
Yeah.
But anyways, IGN did reach out to Nintendo for clarification, and they actually commented and gave them a statement. And the statement Nintendo gave IGN is as follows: the cost of physical games is not going up. This means that when Nintendo sells digital versions of Nintendo published games exclusive to Nintendo Switch 2 to consumers in the US, those prices will have an MSRP that is lower than their physical counterparts.
Yeah.
Retail partners set their own prices for physical and digital games, and pricing for each title may vary. So, they said physical games are not going up in price, but people still have that voice in the back of their head going like, well, Yoshi and the Mysterious Book may have been a game that was initially planned to be, slightly less than a game like Donkey Kong Bonanza, right? Mm-hmm. Donkey Kong Bonanza was, I believe, in the US, it was $70.
Yeah.
Yoshi could have always been planned at $60, but because this shift is happening, physical is going to be $70. And you can thank a person that we will not name for that and the state of the world right now, but, gas is expensive, manufacturing is expensive, shipping is expensive because of gas being expensive.
Yeah, like plastic in the actual like physical cartridges, as well as the plastic wrap that goes into everything, plus the plastic that's involved in the actual casing and everything. It's all like plastic is an oil derivative.
Yes, and then also just
shipping
and tariffs and all that gets put into the price, and that's probably why. But the thing is,
I have a better question actually. Why haven't game prices been cheaper right from like digital games been cheaper from the get-go?
That's the thing, and I remember, because we're old enough to remember the first digital marketplaces opening up.
Yeah.
That was always something that people wanted. People always, not just wanted, they expected. Why should digital games cost as much as physical games? The reason why is because companies didn't want to undermine brick and mortar retailers.
Yeah.
Right? Now that you see, it seems like all the time, we just lost Toys R Us in Canada, or at least where we live in Canada. EB Games is closing stores down. We've lost Zellers. We've lost,
Well, no, like better yet is like, where can you buy physical media these days?
In Canada,
Walmart,
Amazon,
Best Buy.
Walmart, Best Buy, and from Nintendo themselves.
Yeah.
And then we have some regional stores as well, but like
EB.
EB Games, but like the smaller regional stores, like where we live, London Drugs. Shoppers Drug Mart doesn't do it anymore. They're not in games anymore.
Superstore, no more.
Superstore doesn't sell games anymore. So it's the brick and mortar, places you can buy your games are shrinking.
Yeah.
In the States, they're like GameStop shut down a bunch of stores.
Yeah.
Right?
But it seems like there's a big push to making like actual physical media, the actual like box that you get, the thing that you hold. It seems like a lot of companies are trying to make that the premium collector item.
Yeah,
Before, like if you bought like
a special
edition, do we have anything?
They're all over there.
Oh, okay.
I can't see them from here.
You got like a bunch of stuff. There'd be a cool art print or a book or like a prop,
soundtrack, or
stuff like that. And now it's just like, wow, you get the actual thing you paid for.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
it's just enshittification.
I understand why, because I remember like during the Wii U era, the Xenoblade Chronicles X Special Edition was a shelf warmer, and I'm sure everyone lost money on that. Besides it being just a Wii U game, right? Like it was the wrong thing for the wrong time, and like a lot of special editions are like that. You see online, I see a bunch of limited run games, and like, even like when we were growing up, like Star Wars, The Force Unleashed, and Batman Arkham City. Like I remember going to stores and seeing the special editions on the
Arkham
shelf.
Knight one was the Arkham Asylum one was pretty cool because it actually was a Batarang.
Yeah,
I bought it and then
you were forced to return it.
I was forced to return it because,
in all fairness, it was a waste of money.
It was cool.
It was, but you could have bought it later for way less.
Yeah.
But hey, like the thing is, Yoshi and the Mysterious Book in the States is going to cost $59.99 American.
Yeah, $60
for the digital version of the game.
Yeah.
The physical version of the game is going to cost $69.99.
Yeah.
So, like I said, is this pricing model just for Yoshi, or is it going to be for all first-party Nintendo games going down the road?
I feel like it should have been backdated.
Because if you remember, on the Wii U and 3DS are when Nintendo really started doing this, but like Captain Toad was a $40 game, and it was $20 less than Smash Bros for Wii U, just say, right? Like it was, they had certain games that were priced less. But the thing is, Yoshi's Woolly World and Yoshi's Crafted World were full price games. They were not discounted. They were not discounted. They were not priced at a lower point than other main Nintendo games at the time. So I am of the belief that Nintendo is just straight up putting physical copies of games $10, or they're dropping the price of digital games by $10.
Yeah.
In the States. I think that is what's happening.
We actually ran the math from because the Canadian prices, at least for physical media, is not changing on Nintendo.
Well, no,
we did the math.
It is actually changing. Sorry. I got ahead of you there. In Canada, Yoshi physically will cost $99.99.
I think we're getting into the weeds for all the individual pricing. Like in general, this is actually a better deal for Canadian consumers.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. In Canada, the physical copy of Yoshi is going to be the same as Donkey Kong, the same as Mario Tennis, every game except Mario Kart World is $99.99. Yoshi is $99.99. But where it differs is digitally, Yoshi is $15 Canadian.
As we've said 7 times already. Yeah.
But in Canada, it's $15 less than the physical version. It's $84.99.
Yeah, so it's a better deal than doing the vouchers.
In Canada, yes.
Yes.
Yeah, because it would have been, I think it was $10 difference per game.
Yeah.
Now it's $15.
Yeah, and besides, if you do the Walmart scam every now and then, Walmart will discount their $50 Nintendo eShop cards for $10 off. So,
but just the funny thing is, I was doing math. Even though our digital, or even with this change, Canadians are still paying more for games than Americans are. As of right now, literally just before recording, the digital price of Yoshi is equivalent to $61.14 American, and the physical cost of Yoshi in Canada is still $100 Canadian. That is $71.93 American. That goes to show you how bad our dollar is right now.
Yeah.
The state of our economy in Canada.
So we have to pay $1.30
So yeah,
more?
we're paying, even with this perceived $10 increase in or that people were panicking about, even though it's not true, we were still ending up paying more than Americans were.
Yeah,
so
but it's only $1.45.
Now it is. So but it's still
it's actually higher because if you're buying $100
plus tax, this is priced before tax, and our
all
tax rates are a little bit higher. So anyways,
done
talking about economics. At the end of the day, I think this is a good change for the global market. It brings America in line more with what Europe and the UK are doing.
Yep.
And for us in Canada, we're getting a nice discount on our digital games.
Yep.
But obviously, if you want to buy completely digital, you're going to need a micro SD card. You're going to need, are also losing the ability to, resell your game.
But you can do that. You can do this sharing with your friends.
Yes, I know, but it's a physical commodity that you have acquired, right?
You can't
a physical game is something
thing.
you can sell. It's significantly less data used up on your hard drive because all the memory is stored on the cart, right?
Yeah.
And then also the load times, I think, are actually faster off the cartridge than off your hard drive.
Nope, not
No?
off the hard drive.
It's flash memory, though, on the
hard
Switch.
drive. It's off of an
Anyways,
SSD.
that could be something that is right or wrong. Who knows?
Yeah.
Anyways, that was the news of 2 days ago. The next piece of news, the thing that actually came out yesterday, Spoiler warning for people that don't want to be spoiled, but I was one of you. I didn't want spoilers for this, but literally 15 seconds after I told our Hub World group chat that I had no idea of what was going on, I just booted up IGN and got spoiled. So this was something formally announced by Nintendo. So anyways, you've been warned. Skip ahead to the next chapter if you don't want spoilers, even though that is also spoilery. That'll be a spoiler discussion.
But it's a different kind of spoilers.
So, anyways.
I'm just going to reach back here and grab something.
Fox McCloud has been added to the Super Mario Galaxy movie.
What? Why?
Yeah, exactly. That was my reaction when I found out. Like, it's awesome. Don't get me wrong, but it's still, you can't help but feel shocked by it, right? It's something that, like, I had no expectations that there could be anything more than Pikmin cameoing in this movie.
Yeah.
Right? So...
Well, the thing is, though, the Pikmin cameo in the Universal Parks and everything.
Yeah.
Like, it's fine. It's Miyamoto's baby. But this...
Yes. We found out today, actually, that he's voiced by actor Glenn Powell. So you don't just get a big actor like Glenn Powell, who was in Top Gun Maverick, The Running Man, and Twisters is where I know him from, those three movies. He's been in a bunch of other stuff, but like he's a highly, he's a pretty high profile actor. You don't waste a talent like him on just like a cameo character. So I actually don't think Fox is a small role in the movie. I think Fox is going to be like a decent sized role. He's obviously not like
Mario and Luigi, or
he's not like the main cast, but like I kind of
I don't think it's going to be a throwaway like one liner, two liners kind of thing.
He's going to be in this movie a great deal. He was actually spotted in the trailer. People thought like the internet was torn by this. Like there was one scene where Mario, Yoshi, and I think Toad and Peach were walking towards a light, and there was a character way off to the left, and people thought, oh, that like it's Fox's like,
robot leg.
His robot leg and his jacket was visible in it. People were like, oh, that must be like Captain Toad's bag or something like that, right? Like the
frying pan or
it's
something.
Deliberately, like it's super dark. You would never realize it's that, right?
Things like that. Yeah.
And then some people said, no, that's Fox. We think it's Fox. And then they've been vindicated now that Nintendo's formally announced it.
Yeah.
And they probably did announce it because of the movie's coming out next week. Be sure to be here when we post our
initial thoughts.
Initial
and everything.
thoughts.
We're gonna do a live video.
Well,
see how that works.
We're doing that, but also should we tell them, Jim? Tell them the news. I think the next incarnation of the Hub World podcast. First episode.
News. Oh, okay. I'm just like, what are you talking about? We have another thing planned.
Yes, the Hub World podcast is going to be coming back with its first episode, and who knows how long. The first episode will be about the Mario movie.
Yeah.
Mario Galaxy movie. Mario movie is another movie.
Yeah.
It's Nintendo and their names.
So the movie comes out April 1st.
Yep.
When should the listeners at home expect the first episode to drop?
I'm going to say it's probably April 3rd or April 4th. We're recording it April 2nd, so we just wanted some time to gestate on the movie.
Maybe see it again.
Yeah, actually, there's a good possibility that happens. But yeah, so we're going to be giving all our thoughts on the movie in those videos. But going back to Fox, that part of my brain can't help but think, in existing in this universe right now, Fox is a character from way off in sci-fi Nintendo world.
Mario.
Keep your eyes open, You could see a Blue Falcon or a Falcon Flyer. You could see Samus's starship, a Warp Star. Like anything is on the anything is on the table. I think at this point, so anything can happen.
So the next Super Mario movie might actually not be the Super Mario Bros. 3. It might be Super Smash Brothers movie.
There's 12 characters.
I love this shelf.
Yes, there's 12 characters in this game that are playable. 5 of the 12 exist in this world as of now that we know of. I don't think a Smash Bros. Movie is going to happen anytime soon. I think Nintendo eventually will do something with Smash Brothers, whether it's a movie or TV show, but Fox just being in this movie opens the door to something happening. Like, you can't say it's never gonna happen now.
Yeah.
At the very least, Fox will have a TV show or a movie or something.
Yeah,
I don't think they're not gonna waste a talent like Glenn Powell on just being a one-off character in a Mario movie.
Yeah.
I don't think it's possible. I don't think they would do that.
Yeah.
But anyways, you'll be hearing a lot more about Star Fox in those videos, like I said.
Yeah.
But speaking of Star Fox, Gino.
Yes. Just a second. The Virtual Boy does a good job of like holding games.
I know, is that those little like grippy rubber bits at the feet?
Yeah, actually that's actually pretty convenient.
Yeah. But speaking of Star Fox, wow. Today's news. What a drop. Like, Natethehate, for those of you who don't know who he is one of the most reputable Nintendo scoopers, leakers, whatever you want to call them.
Yeah.
He's got a near perfect track record. Calling when Nintendo Directs are happening, what the Directs are going to be based on, what's in the Directs. Yeah, there's a few things we're waiting on from him that he's announced, like the Fire Emblem Genealogy of the Holy War remake. But
knowing Nintendo, they're probably just sitting on it.
He's pretty spot on. I personally would take most of what he says to the bank.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll go through the thought process here that I've organized this a little bit because he actually released a podcast this morning which talked about everything we're about to talk about.
Yep.
But I just rearranged some things just so it flows better. So he's leaked a bunch of unannounced Nintendo games. He says do not expect, based on what he's heard, do not expect a general Nintendo Direct until June.
Yeah.
To us right now, given what's been announced, what we know about, we only really know Yoshi and the Mysterious Book is coming in April. We know Rhythm Heaven and Tomodachi Life. Yoshi might be May. It's May or April. Anyways, we know those games are coming between April and May. Rhythm Heaven is a little bit further off. It doesn't have a release date yet. So, okay, there's a need for a Nintendo Direct. But he said Star Fox is coming back. He says Star Fox is going to be announced via Nintendo Today or however you get your Nintendo Twitter drops or whatever.
Yeah, it makes sense.
It's going to happen sometime in April. Game's going to be out by the summer. You don't need a Nintendo Direct then if you have, just say, Star Fox coming out in June.
Yeah.
You now have releases for April, May, June, right?
Yeah.
So in June, then you'll get stuff that's coming beyond in that, right? So in the fall and the winter. So he says Star Fox will have online multiplayer, and he hears that the game looks absolutely gorgeous. That's kind of all we know about Star Fox. Star Fox Zero came out in 2016, so it's been 10 years. And, you know, Star Fox is Miyamoto's, one of his other creations. Excuse me. And with the Mario movie, like, when I was saying before the news came out today about all these games was that at worst, Fox's inclusion in the Mario movie would just be like Miyamoto trying to one-up his non-Mario and Zelda franchises.
Yeah.
Right? But now, you know, what brand synergy we have going on here with Nintendo. They announced Fox is in the movie. The movie's gonna come out. Hey, you like that Fox McCloud character? He's got a new game.
Yeah. It's probably gonna be the same art too.
I just hope it's not really gimmicky like Star Fox Zero was. Like, I actually didn't mind Star Fox Zero. It was an incredible. Like, 64 is the peak of Star Fox.
But it's also the only Star Fox because we got the same game 3 times.
Well, we have Adventures in Assault and Command, but like, yeah, the Star
like,
Fox.
I'm talking like the main like Star
Fox. This game, 64 and Zero tell the same story.
Yes.
So, but yeah, Star Fox coming out in the summer, released probably in April. Then he says Pikmin 4 Nintendo Switch 2 edition. Yes, I'm so excited about that. Pikmin 4 is incredible. The extra horsepower that the Switch 2 can provide can really make that game pop. a good friend of ours, Phil, is waiting to play Pikmin 4 in an enhanced state.
Yeah, I haven't played it yet either.
It's so good. Oh my god. It was my game of the year 2 years ago, I think it was when it came out. So hopefully they add other content. I would gladly pick that game up.
Dondori Battles?
Yes, I'm a Dondori master. So then Splatoon Raiders, which is the Splatoon game, I think it was announced last year on Nintendo Today.
Yeah.
Doesn't have a release date. We just know it's coming out this year at some point. We basically know nothing about the game.
That's okay.
That will be announced. Also coming in the summer. Rhythm Heaven was previously announced, coming in the summer. And he said Nintendo Switch Sports. Nintendo Switch Sports is either getting a Switch 2 edition or a sequel. He doesn't know, but that's also summer. So 5, because Star Fox, Nintendo games coming out probably between June and September, I would say.
Yeah.
Right? Summer goes into September.
Yeah.
Maybe one falls to October. So, what's the holiday game? It's not 3D Mario, Gino.
Yes. We might be seeing a little bit more of this.
3D. Before we get into that, 3D Mario is not coming out this year. Apparently, it's coming out next year.
That's fine.
So
the 40th anniversary for Mario is punctuated by the Mario movie.
Yeah. So 3D Mario and Pokemon Wind and Waves, two big games coming out.
Excuse you, it's Pokemon Wiwa.
Two big games coming out next year.
Yeah.
One, I think they would be on opposite sides of the calendar.
Yeah.
So if one's holiday, the other one will be spring.
Yeah.
I don't think they try to put one like Mario in October, Pokemon in November. I think that is a recipe for disaster.
Yeah.
They kind of cannibalize the same audience. Mm-hmm. So I would put like I'm of the belief Mario's probably done and they're just sitting on it.
Yeah.
Like they did with Mario Odyssey. But like I would personally put Mario in like spring and then Pokemon in fall. I think that's perfect.
Yeah.
So if 3D Mario is not coming out this year,
what other anniversaries also happens to be this year?
Well, the Zelda series is 40 years old.
Yes, as you can tell. I'm very excited. I bought my Zelda Legos.
Yes, those make a lot more sense now.
Yep.
But they are going to be remaking, and Natethehate said, remake of The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, my personal favorite Zelda game of all time, and
probably
not my favorite game of all time because that's Banjo-Kazooie, but I think this is the greatest game ever made. Like, on a holistic perspective.
Yeah.
Wow. That's the thing that I saw this morning that just made me like my jaw dropped. I was not expecting that.
I wasn't either, but
this is like the project I want Nintendo to work on. Yeah. And the fact that it's probably happening this year.
Yeah. The only other time that I can think of, like here was like a massive announcement and you can play it soon. If this turns out to be true, it was like the Fallout 4 reveal, where like Todd Howard's up on stage, like, oh yeah, by the way, November.
Yeah, Nintendo just did this.
they took it out.
They basically did that.
Zip,
like the amount of people I know that would buy a Switch 2 for a remake of Ocarina of Time is insane.
Yeah.
Just off the top of my head, I know at least 5 people that would do that, and I would tell you those people off camera, Gino.
Yeah.
But
if this is true,
if it's true, which I do think it is true.
Yeah. Because it's been corroborated as well.
That's the thing. Everything I've just mentioned has been corroborated by articles like Video Games Chronicle and other gaming outlets.
Has IGN said anything?
IGN just posted an article about this. They didn't say whether they've heard the same things, but the fact that they're putting their reputation on the line and posting rumors tells you that they,
if you still trust the media.
Yeah, well, gaming media is pretty good, but
big asterisks.
Yeah, I personally find for my gaming media, I like going to YouTube and finding creators because like a lot of the people I followed on websites like IGN and Game Explain and those places, they've moved on and
they spun off,
done their own things, and I didn't read IGN for IGN. I read IGN because I wanted to hear what X person had to say, right?
Yeah.
So I followed them in their career elsewhere. So like that's just the way it goes. But they still have a reputation, and they're staking their reputation on these things being real.
Yeah.
Whether they say it or not, by posting the article,
Yeah.
it tells them, it tells people that
There's some credibility.
So yeah, but Ocarina of Time remake is probably, aside from Banjo-Kazooie, a new Banjo-Kazooie is my most wanted game.
Yeah.
And I'm just so excited for what this could possibly be. Like, is it something that is
like
a one-to-one remake? Are they going to take...
I think, and we mentioned this before in like one of the early videos.
Yeah, our dream games are games that we want.
Yeah.
I think, we actually talked about Ocarina of Time.
Yeah. What I think is going to happen, because in the original, because Ocarina of Time was supposed to be a Nintendo 64 disc drive
Yes.
edition, right? They promised all these things to the fans, and then once the disc drive flopped, they couldn't do that anymore. But they promised that they'd come back to the project in a few years and finish everything and remake it, as the next Zelda game after Ocarina of Time. Obviously, that didn't happen, and we got...
Majora's Mask is behind you somewhere. I don't want to... It's too far for me to reach.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay.
It's just Majora's Mask, people. You're not missing much.
Yeah. So,
Anytime I can take a chance, anytime I can poke fun at Majora's Mask, I will.
Yeah.
It's a fine game. It's just overrated.
A lot.
Ocarina of Time, on the other hand,
Yes.
masterpiece of a game.
Exactly. And I think what we're going to do is we are going to get the full vision of what Ocarina of Time was supposed to be on the disc drive.
Mm-hmm.
The persistent world, the footprints in the sand, the extra 2 dungeons, all the Ura Zelda stuff. If you go down that YouTube Zelda
Master
lore.
Quest on, because Master Quest came later, but the original game was supposed to have a Master Quest.
Yeah. All of that is going to be here.
Getting
Ganon
the Triforce.
Oh gosh, with the unicorn fountain and all that stuff.
I have Nintendo Power issues that have those pictures in them.
Yep. I think we're gonna get all of that. We could even we could even talk about this as its own separate video.
Thing,
what we expect.
There's so many things. But just to close out what Natethehate said, he announced all these, or he said all these things are happening, but it doesn't rule out other DLC, which could probably be like Mario Kart World DLC.
Yeah.
Other Switch 2 editions or games that he doesn't know about from being announced in the next Nintendo Direct.
Yeah.
He just, he could only knows the big stuff, and then we know Mercury Steam's working on something. We know Next Level Games is working on something. Nintendo is this big company that has so many
There's
people
a lot
making
of moving
games
parts.
for them,
There's
right?
a lot of moving parts.
So, yeah. But what a roller coaster of a week we've had. Just Nintendo really is the gift that keeps on giving, and just like I said, this one video, each one of these topics could have been its own separate video, but I feel like it tells a better story of how hectic the week was when they're all together.
Yeah. And if you like this kind of Nintendo news roundup video, whenever there's a lot of stuff, we'll talk about it.
It's a Friday, right? So it's the roundup for the week. So maybe we'll do this on another Friday. We'll talk about, it doesn't just have to be Nintendo, it could be big gaming news, like PlayStation crazy price increases on PS5 and all their products.
Yeah, and freaking
Epic's laid off 1,000 people.
Yep. Yeah. Fortnite's kind of spinning around in the toilets, getting round in the flush.
Wow, that's quite the saying.
Yeah, it's round. There was a saying there, but I don't know. Round in the flush. Why not?
Yeah. So, anyways, everyone, if you like these videos, please consider subscribing to the Hub World for more. Thanks for getting it out. Yeah. For more content like this, the Hub World podcast, like we said, is coming soon.
Yep.
The first week of April. So, anyways, everyone, thank you for watching. We will see you again next time. Bye.
Yep.
Hey!